Will be gone before anybody else gets there. Yeah, my left. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. I was hoping you weren't eating.
We are live, just so you know.
Oh, really? Already? Already? Me and Jack don't.
Yeah, nobody's on yet. I just posted the link, so.
Me and Jack go to sleep. I let him know when he's recording or not.
I haven't actually posted it to the website yet. I'm posting it right now.
Oh, I won't be able to get out. Here, I'm gonna, oh, mine, I need to write some. Denise. Do we have enough? Are you sitting at the end?
Hey, Scott, what's on?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
There's no idea.
No, I smell it.
Yeah, before the walk.
I am a multi.
I am. Oh, Lord, I didn't get my notes. What do you mean? They're out there.
I'm doing a quarter.
Out there? Yeah, sorry. I don't have any last. I don't see it. Graham says, let me see if I have it. I changed my minutes because I'd already done the minutes and copied them. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. You know what? I have them on my email. You need to see them so you can read them.
Yeah.
I know.
You know, and I know what I said.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh, I did.
You did?
Why, are they not there either?
No. I just want to make sure.
No, I got it. It's just like that. Save that for tomorrow. It's my pleasure. Oh, you're a muncher then. Let's go.
Did everybody here sign these letters?
Yeah, I saw that.
Sean, did you look at that report? Did I leave anything off? Did I leave anything off that report?
I think you captured it all.
Yeah, I was saying yes.
I'm gonna bring that up. We had a meeting last week. But I don't know, we should have. Well, I didn't.
You want to pick up your, I get to put it first.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Does anything come of that?
Are we in the right place? Is this our meeting? Let's look on the food.
Blanca bought it.
Why, Russ?
Yeah,
Sign it. Make sure you sign 10,000.
I'll tear it out. I know, I'm feeling that. They don't want the food. I'm gonna sign it. Move this closer. I'm gonna eat my yogurt.
Temptations are everywhere today. Make you run on Seminoles. I've resisted that. Haven't done this yet, but I'm going to.
yeah. I asked somebody to bring me back lunch. I don't want to. There's probably gonna be a lot left over.
Is that right there?
It's Blanca bought it. I guess she's retiring. So she's not.
It's in Reno.
Yeah.
That's right. Because I'm gonna ask you to do something.
Interesting. This is always among my favorite reads.
Hey, Wendy. Come here. The orientation. Just like those. Yeah, there's
What's the weirdest thing?
Yeah.
There we go. It's shaking the table. There. We're good now. Yeah, the table was shaking. It was going like this on the screen. Might have been bumped up against it.
I'm talking about. Oh, no, he's not. No, I'm just kidding. He's not a captain. But-
All right, you're gonna, get the meeting called to order. Roll call please. Patrick Young, Leon Ballard, Lori Brookwood, Chris Taylor, Ian Delbianco, Denise Keller, Rocca, Carol Bartolese, Stephanie Delmite, Doug Ward,
Here.
and Jenny Kingston. Is there a motion to suspend the reading of the monthly meeting minutes on January? RJ, second, Andy. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Correspondence.
Excuse me. Thank you from Tim Shuley for donation. Local Union Elections Letter, Day of Solidarity in Los Pineros, March, and Lazaro Cardenas, Mexico, 4/2015. Next Gen Seminar, 5/3/7, Woodland Hall, registration 500. ACLC 22nd Annual Banquet Dinner, 4/17 at the Sheraton. District 10 year date at PNC Park, and National Executive Board meeting.
Trustees report.
The audit committee for quarter report, cash on hand, at the beginning of the quarter, product report was 139,200.77. Total receipts was 32,626.73. Total to be accounted for is 171,823.63. Total disbursements is 20,462, with a cash balance at the end of the quarter of 151,418.91.
Okay, you heard the reading of the trustees. Okay.
The annual covering period, January 1, 2014 through December 31st, 2014. Cash on hand at the beginning of the year, $145,562.19. Total receipts for the year, $106,739.07. Total to be accounted for, $152,201.26. Total disbursement for the year, $100,882.35. Cash balance in the year, $151,418.91.
Okay, you heard the reading of both the trustees' quarterly report and the annual report. Are there any questions? Okay, motion to accept the report. Deb, second, John. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Financial secretary report.
All right, more numbers, but these are for the month of January of the current year. Cash on hand beginning of the month was $151,418.91. Total receipts for the month were $7,613.18. Bringing the total to be accounted for to $159,032.09. Total disbursements for the month $14,340.57. Bringing the cash balance at the end of the month to $144,691.
Okay, you heard the reading of the financial secretary's report. Are there any questions? Seeing none, is there a motion to accept the report? Susan, second. RJ? All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Treasurer's report.
For the month of January, cash on hand at the beginning of the month was $151,418.91. Total receipts was $7,613.18. Total disbursements $14,340.77. Cash balance at the end of the month was $144,691.96.
you've heard the reading of the treasurer's report. Are there any questions? I say a motion to accept the report. Rachel, second. John. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, the president's report. As all of you probably know, Patrick is out working on the oil strike. He's actually in District 13, so we're probably not going to see him for a while. The report for February, everybody should know that they're working on the new round of the New Horizons training. Those classes start next week. I think the first class in Outlook is full, and the next round of classes will start in April. So if anybody's interested in participating in the April Outlook and Excel, and you have not registered for the classes, email Patrick. But everyone that has registered is scheduled for a class. The contract book, we finally received a proof from the company, and we're going to be proofreading it. As soon as we're done with that, the contract booklets are going to be printed. EAP training, they were here last week. Is that true? Yeah, last week to do to have a meeting with the representatives from the EAP program. Pam, Mickey Gold, Josh, Jamal, Emily Jefferson, and Janet Hill participating in the training. So we're going to be getting some stuff out to the membership on the EAP and get that program, or I guess committee, back in place. So that's it. Anybody have any questions? All right, we'll start with the committee.
I attended the training as well, and I wanted to serve on the committee. It just wasn't on there.
Yeah, we have you on.
Okay. Great.
All right, we'll start with the committee reports, safety and health. Kathy?
Sure, I apologize, my report got a little late, so we don't have.
No, it's my fault. It's probably set up on the top here.
I had two items I wanted to mention. One was that when I came in on Tuesday morning, there was a strong smell of diesel in the building, particularly in the lobby. So I had to take off because I'm working on the Robotic Work campaign, and Janet did investigate. There was a truck unloading furniture that was idling in our bay downstairs in the garage. There is a regulation in Allegheny County limiting idling, and so I'm going to remind the garage attendants that any trucks that are coming for delivery need to turn off their vehicles and not idle, because the air intake for managers to bring the air all the way through. It's pretty. I thought it was pretty awful because I have problems with that. So anyway, just keep aware that if anything like that, if you smell diesel, it's actually a toxic, and so it's very important that we get on that right away. People in our unit are very sensitive to it. The other thing, we were still working on the ADA issues. Management wanted to invite their own ADA expert and not bring the fellow that we had suggested to come and do the tour. Yesterday, we sent them a letter from the Health and Safety Committee to Bob Roots, letting them know that we are ready to meet with their expert at any time, and that they should please schedule that tour of the building. So we're going to push them, and if we haven't heard from them by next week, we'll contact them again and again, and we'll begin a countdown process and give them a deadline. Yesterday's written communication, it's the first time that our committee has communicated with them directly on this. We've had our president and vice president and whatever as intermediaries, and we've decided that we're going to try and do it directly with the committee. We're still working on it, and they are being really
Who is their expert instead of the city of Pittsburgh's?
and somebody from their law firm. They don't want to have anybody from an outside agency in, because they feel like it's go public, and they are very sensitive about that. So it's going to go public if they don't get going on it. It's like they can't have it both ways. they don't wanna go public and they don't wanna do it. That's not gonna happen, so. Yesterday's communication, which was drafted by Diane and edited by Janet and myself, it was very, I thought, very friendly, but very direct. Yes, we're just gonna, I propose that we do a weekly thing, where like next week we do a countdown, take a countdown.
We just one of our orders to.
Probably. That's who Chris suggested. That's who Chris is gonna deal with. Well, I see Chris.
Anybody else have any questions for Stephanie? Thanks, Stephanie. Women of Steel, Pam.
Take the child work day, April 23rd, or the police is heading it, so anybody who wants to volunteer, help, ask any questions, please back the card. Silly cook-off, March 17th, all entries are welcome. I say bring it. I'm making a green chili because it's St. Patrick's Day. So. And last but not least, the Crossroads Conference is in March, and Elizabeth Law and Rachel are going. That's it.
Okay, thanks, Pam. Any questions? All right, rapid response. Andy?
Yeah, we got what's going on statewide. Paycheck deceptions back, and I believe everybody should got an action call through an email. I know people did in ours. If you didn't, let me know, or I'll have to maybe find a way to get it out there on a website or something so everybody can see it. The other thing is, of course, fast track legislation. I think I've been talking about this. It's been out there for like 2 or 3 months. There's from Pennsylvania, or send a delegation down to DC. I think it's next Thursday. And that's why I'm coming around with these letters again to sign. They should be going around today, and I'll try to collect them tomorrow and then send them to George Piasecki. He's our District 10 Rapid Response Coordinator. So make sure if you get them. If you don't, I have some here, and sign them before you go. The other thing is just kind of off of the legislation thing, and I kind of mentioned it to Lori now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go, so we'll have to wait and see on to the DC National Conference, but we'll see what happens there.
Any questions for Andy?
Andy, why are you not allowed to go?
You were in the meeting, remember?
I do.
I mean,
That's why I'm bringing it up. Just because then, because they may not be aware.
Basically, what we were told in the meeting, basically all the dues people in the county was that due to the fact that the national office is going to be closing in June, that, you know, we're going to be bringing on more work. Now they've hired, what, 2 or 3 new people to work. So that's why he said, you know, anything else, you know, in the next few months, I guess. He didn't give a date, but he said in the future, nobody's going to be allowed to go anywhere. So, in the accounting department because of that fact. I did talk to Patrick. Patrick said to, and I talked to Dion and Lori there right before the meeting, suggested to let Patrick send him an email and let him say can't go. So that's the route we'll go on that.
Are you allowed any vacation time?
Yeah, I've had a couple. Yeah, I took some vacation time because some personal stuff.
Sue, how about you? Vacation time? Not since the meeting, not since we had a week and a half ago. But what he said was he was not going to release anybody for anything outside of the department.
Right.
That's what he said.
But vacation wasn't mentioned, correct?
Pardon me?
Vacation wasn't mentioned, correct?
No, I mean, I took.
There wasn't a.
They did not,
No, it
did
didn't
not
say
say
nothing about
anything about
vacation.
vacation and nobody in the room said anything about
Well, I had to take a vacation there.
But it doesn't make any sense. If you're allowed to take vacation, why wouldn't you be allowed to go?
Well, just so you know, there's some things I've done for rapid. Just so you know, I've done things for rapid response before and used vacation days. I know Lori has, and there's other people that have too. So maybe we shouldn't have been doing that.
Any questions for Andy? All right, PAC committee, Josh.
No report.
What's happened?
Stop by our department.
Thanks, John. New member committees, anybody here from the new member committee? RJ?
Yeah. Carolyn is otherwise occupied, so I'll deliver the report. We held our once every 6 month orientation on February 10th in this room, and a good number of the people who were there were about a half dozen new members there, maybe, what do you think, 7 or 8 maybe?
Yeah.
And we took basically 3 hours to our new members to the international. I think it went really well. And I was just going to ask a couple of the people who were there to just give us a review.
Okay, Brittany.
Hi,
Hi, Brittany.
I'm Brittany, for anybody that doesn't know me or doesn't have the privilege to just talk to me. Yeah. Well, we went to I talk a lot. We have a new orientation meeting here in this room. And because I talked a lot, there were some things that I had already gone about kind of asking or requesting from people myself. But a lot of the information was fantastic. There were definitely different areas, especially within the local, that I didn't know about, all the different committees that I could possibly get involved with or even share on, and that was great. And also just going over what it meant to be a part of the union, to be in the union, to want to reach outside to other individuals or to the community to let them also know who we are, what we represent. So I thought that was fantastic. Everybody that came in and spoke with us did a great job. Steffi, I had no idea what she did. I knew I liked her, but I didn't know what she did. So I got to know what she does, and I think that's great. Just honestly, when you're kind of in a department, you tend to not really know what everyone else is doing. I mean, I kind of have an idea because I'm in accounting, so I see all the people that kind of know what you do, but to hear about it and to know the great strides that we're making and what our organization is doing is great. So just, even more so pleased to be here and be a part of it.
Thanks for
Does anybody have anything else to add? Anybody else who's there?
I went to that same thing. It's very informative for somebody that's new. And I know a lot of the people up in our area said that they never got to go to one and that they would really like to entails and because there is a lot of information that you learn if you haven't been to that orientation. So I think it should be offered to other people that just not just new people.
One more thing, benefits. I learned about all of our benefits. I mean, I kind of read through them, kind of, filled all the forms, but I didn't really know that much. So it was nice to have personnel come down and really explain to me how it worked and if you have a spouse whose birthday comes first and how you're covered and so on and so forth. So that was great.
And we do have an exhaustive handout from Paul Janis that details all the benefits that we get. So if anybody wants a copy of that, I have that.
I think it's also up on the website, isn't it?
I believe it is, yeah. And so the original plan is to do this every 6 months. We've been basing it on how many new members we have. We only have 1 or 2 in the next 6 months. We may not do it in August, but we're going to think about it. So we may have another one in August. We may wait until next February. So.
Thanks, RJ. Anybody have any questions for RJ? All right, organizing committee report. Okay. All right. Bylaws committee.
Yeah, John and I continue to meet. We're pretty close to nailing down all the changes we want to make. We're basically looking for input because we don't want to present something to have to be read on at that point says, hey, we've been at this for 3 years. We'd like to present something that people are going to be okay with. So if you have any input, read through the report. I'm not going to sit here and read the actual report. It's in writing. If you have any input on changes that you think it needs, we got some feedback from the survey, but 20-some people out of 200 wasn't representative of things that people need. We really want feedback from the members in the field and whatnot. And the executive board too, there was something that we discussed, if you look in the report, that may actually affect you personally. So let us know what you think. That is all.
Any questions for Doug? Civil Rights Committee report. Doug?
I'll give the report. So the committee met this month. Our meeting was entirely devoted to developing a strategy to gather data needed to produce a diversity report for 2015 as a follow-up to our diversity report of last year, which was a big hit. So we're looking forward to another big hit this year. And so we wanted to devote the whole meeting to how we were going to go about that. And we asked Patrick to call in to offer his thoughts on the most effective way to obtain the needed information. Specifically, the USW's EEOC Employer Information Report, EEO1 for 2014. After we heard from Patrick, the committee had some discussion when we reached a consensus recommendation on a strategy moving forward, and that was forwarded to the president with the thought that it would be shared with the executive board. I'm not going to report on the strategy because it's a strategy, but we'll let you know how it turns out. The other thing I want to just make a quick plug for, if folks can recall, the local was good enough to send Doug and myself to do a train the trainer on the AFL-CIO's mass incarceration workshop. I've done that now once in District 10 last week at a local that was requested. And Doug, through CBTU, has taken on organizing a community event at which the curriculum is going to be presented. Doug and actually somebody from the AFL is coming to do the presentation. Everybody should have got a flyer for it. I would really urge you all to come out for this if you have an opportunity to come out. This is really great. Doug's done an amazing job organizing a broad cross-section of community and unions to support this effort. And our hope is, and so far it's looking very good, that this is going to be a nice shot in the arm to revive our CBTU chapter here in Pittsburgh. So I would encourage people to come out for this.
Thanks, Campbell. Any questions? All right, fundraising committee report.
Well, the committee report, we had scheduled it for March 2nd to collect for a bucket truck for the oil locals that are on strike. But it's gonna happen tomorrow afternoon, so it's payday, so make sure you're here. And if you need to write a check for a deduction, just let us know, and we'll tell you who to write it. No.
Strike and defense fund?
Yeah.
It's gonna be tomorrow instead of March 4th. March 2nd.
Tomorrow around 1:30.
1:30, yeah. Make sure you get money out of it. Yeah, you're gonna check.
That's what I said to Leslie. Do I have it? Yeah. Can you put that on the website? So, put that on the website. Yeah, okay. RJ, will you put that on the website? Somebody.
Bucket drop or what?
That way, people in the field also, you know, you guys shouldn't always be the ones to do the bucket drop, so we're,
Send checks like that.
send checks.
To the
Yeah,
internet.
well, you've done that before.
On the
so
oil
also-
page, on the Facebook, or I mean, on the website, there, at the oil page, it tells you where you can donate, everything like that. If you could grab that information, and put it on the website, that would be great.
All right, any questions for Bob? Campbell?
It's more, would it be possible, in lieu of the website, if we could send an email that would lay that out? Yeah, a blast email.
Yeah.
We could do both. That way, it could be.
Email would be more
My
easy.
suggestion is to have the check come here, and then we could issue the one check from our local. Well, whatever.
They have a special thing set up.
But I think it should come from our local. You know what I'm saying? If you're asking people, you contribute, send the checks here to our local, and then come here, whoever, whether it be Cam, or Chris, whatever, we can think about that. We've done it in the past with Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
You know, it's always
We have done
our
it in the
local.
past, but this one has a specific fund set up, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's
Yeah, it
actually
does.
not the USW striking defense fund,
No,
it's
it's
actually
not.
something totally separate, am I wrong about that?
No, you're correct.
No, you're right.
And couldn't we write the check?
You can contribute with the credit card and indicate what local you are a member of too.
Just the thought that she's just saying so that it looks like.
So it looks like
for
we're
our
local.
local outfit.
It just makes it look good, I think. Because everyone's so generous.
Would you want to do that then?
Do I want to do that?
No.
I'll go from this.
Basically, I mean, maybe you guys could discuss that.
Yeah.
But I mean. In the time.
Yeah.
We're not selling much.
All right, okay. Okay, the grievance committee report. While last month we didn't have any new grievances to report, this month we have 4 new grievances. 2 of them deal with members getting verbal written warnings. One was a member who was returned to work after being off on sick leave. The grievance was filed for a change in her working conditions and disparate treatment. And then we also have a grievance filed on the failure of the International to post the, there was a recent new hire in accounting, which the notice of availability was not posted. With the exception of the posting grievance, all of the grievances have been heard in step 2, which we did that yesterday. I'm expecting that all of them are going to be denied in step 2. So they will all be appealed to step 3. And the other grievance that we have that's moving to arbitration, we selected an arbitrator for that case. And so we're going to be moving forward with that one, the one where we had a member get a 5-day suspension. So things are, when you file 3 grievances in 3 days, it's getting interesting. So, any questions?
Is this in the building or is it in the field?
Which one?
All 3 of these in one.
The 2 out of the 4 new ones are in the field. Anybody have any other questions? Okay.
I do have a question.
Okay.
Beyond, is there a pattern to this, like, a certain district or sometimes you put the district and sometimes you don't?
Grievance related, the only district that we have had issues with that grievances have been filed is District 8.
Okay, so these 2 new ones.
One's District 8, one is District 10. Anything else?
What is, I'm sorry, I just don't know. What is the policy on job postings or?
We don't actually have this round of bargaining. The actual posting procedure has been taken out of the contract because we're all the clerical are now job class 7s. So really the postings were when we had people that were filed, it was a promotional opportunity. We no longer have that. So it's not actually a posting. They have to put out a notice of availability saying, where the position is. Now that with the new contract language, they are supposed to include, in which they have, the last couple of postings that went up, what duties or job responsibilities they're looking for with that particular posting. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Anything else?
Just real quick, on this last one here, on the notice of availability and accounting. The last time we had hiring, which included these guys, would that be covered under that?
Those should have also gone, those should have also been posted. I mean, even though I
They
think
were not? I thought they were.
No, they weren't.
They were not.
I don't believe so.
Okay. Old business. Old business?
Old business, USW District 10, 2015 conference, 8/3 through 6. You're supposed to email me by 3:15. District 10 Women's Skill Force, Linden Hall, 4/19 to the 23rd. You're also supposed to email me by 3:15.
New business.
New business. The local union elections letter.
And this is the letter that went out from Stan. It's, we're not gonna read the letter, but it's basically talking about the attendance, requirements or whatever,
Which are not legal.
which are not, yeah.
Only if a significant percentage
They're in our
contested.
constitution, they're in the election manual, but can't enforce them. So that's the letter that came out from Stan about the election.
All right, we have a letter from, excuse me, Director Mack. It is about the Day of Solidarity with Los Mineros in Mexico, 420. And if you're interested, contact Ben Davis.
Okay, and the E-board thought that this would be something, a great opportunity for one of our members to attend. So we are recommending that we send one person with lost time and expenses.
An upstate passport.
Yes, you have to have, naturally, if you're going to Mexico, you have to have an updated passport or a passport period.
Email me by the
So
Yeah, I have more questions related to that. Sending somebody to Mexico?
It's a march they have every, you know what, sounds very.
Thank you.
You know, historically, they never did have this march and rally for a couple of the men that were killed years ago. So it's like an annual thing, and District 7 probably has been doing it for the last 7, 8 years. So they get like about 100 people together, they go down there, they do workshops, you know, because Arts the Middle Planks are down there also.
Where?
Lázaro Cárdenas.
Okay.
In Mexico, yeah. And so it's kind of like a sharing kind of thing, you know, they deal with the safety issues and, you know, just everything. They kind of connect. And then they have the big march, and which is huge. If you've ever seen it on the USW News, it's just humongous. You know, I mean, there's just thousands of medals and red shirts, you know, and then we come along, of course, we have ours. But it's a lot of, I guess, camaraderie. You know, we have a lot of things in common. You know, we work for some of the same employers. So it's a day of celebration. So I think they go for 3 or 4 days. And I guess in our district, we're kind of pretty much picked to go. But now we have an opportunity to send one of the members to, you know, Ben Davis. So whoever's interested, it's remote. It's not a resort. This is a working town. So if you have visions of, you know.
That's an important detail, because that could be problematic booking hotels or any of that. And also, you said a few days, like,
4 days.
I don't have the amount of days on.
It's about 4 days.
what kind of money are we talking? The international flight, 3 days ahead?
This is all I got on it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got on it, and then we just had a discussion at the E-board and thought it would be a good opportunity.
Sounds like it, but it sounds like we need to know more before we can actually make a motion, don't you think? But then if we table it, then it's gonna be gone.
And then you remember we have an alliance between that. So I mean, we've donated for how many years? We've donated to the for a long time, you know, kept them going. So, I mean, it's another location that's Cananea, but I mean, they're one of the same.
Actually, if we do a motion and anybody's interested, they have to email me by a certain date, but they can email Ben Davis to get more information.
Okay, we've heard the recommendation of the E-board. Is there a motion? Susan, second. John? Any more discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
All right, District 10 Next Generation Seminar is 5/3 through the 7th at Linda Hall. Registration is $500. Deadline is 4/2.
Okay, the E-board recommend this $500 includes, yeah, it includes everything, the room and board, registration. And E-board recommends that we send one person with lost time and expenses to email Lori by 3/13 if you're interested. Any discussion? Is there a motion?
I'll move.
RJ, is there a second? Brittany? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The ACLC 22nd Annual Banquet Dinner 417 at the Sheridan Ad brings from 150 to 550. Tickets are 125 seats. The table is 1,200.
The board recommends no action. Discussion?
Pam, you want to do one more?
Pam.
The women's still doing the chili cook-off for 17. I would like to request up to $200 to buy table products and other necessary things.
Okay. discussion? Janet?
Actually, on the last one, I actually was going to make a motion that we buy tickets from the delegates if we had interest.
Yeah, I'd like to second that motion. I think that you let me-
Wait. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna go back to it. Okay, we're on a plan, request for up to $200 for the, chili cook-off.
So moved.
Don, is there a second? Andy? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, Janet?
I was going to, make a motion that we at least buy tickets for the delegates for the Allegheny County Labor Council banquet.
Who are the delegates?
How many people we're talking about?
Isn't Don Faulkner?
I don't think he's active. Yeah.
I think it was 5. I thought there were 5.
Is there anyone in contact committee that's in this community?
Well, can I second that motion?
Wait, we need to find out what we're making a motion for. We need to know a number, the tickets are $125 a piece. So we need to know, your motion is to send, what are we making a motion for? How
Up to
many?
5 delegates to the Allegheny County Labor Council banquet.
All right, the motion is to send up to 5 delegates, or the up to 5 delegates. And are you saying that these delegates have to be our AC?
No.
Okay, just 5 delegates, period. Okay, there's a motion, is there a second? Kathy? Any discussion? Okay.
I think this is something we have enough of love together with the council in the past, but advocates in our local are pushing to restart APR. I mean, I've heard CBTU as well as LAFA, as well as CLU. And these are groups under the council. If we want to get any traction with these organizations in the future, I believe we need to work with the council, even though we have difficulties with it. And I think that what we might want to do is replace our delegates who don't come to our local meetings and don't report on what's going on.
There's a motion, there's a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Motion carries.
All right, next we have, the CLU Executive Board Convention, 4/8 to 11.
Yeah, it's a national executive board meeting.
National Executive Board meeting, 4/8 through the 11th. I didn't, your email I just got, like.
And I apologize because it was late. That was my bad.
How much is registration for this?
It is $20. The hotels are the hotel was $115 plus tax. And it is from the 8th to the 11th, and it's in Jacksonville, Florida. And I'm sorry, it's $119 plus 13% tax.
And this is for a CLU
Executive board
Executive
meeting,
board
plus there will also be training. Bill Fletcher is going to be doing training. We do workshops, and there'll be training on there'll be a couple racial justice workshops and a working with the community workshop.
All right, the board recommended no action. Is there any discussion?
I was going to make a motion for 2 weeks ago. And they must be CLU members.
There's a motion on the floor to send up to two members, but they have to be CLU. They have to belong to CLU.
Last time expenses? Last time expenses?
Yeah. Okay.
Kathy, you second? Any discussion?
Do we have 2 CLU members?
Yeah.
In the international?
Yes, we have more than that.
Well, I know that you were working at the community forum, and we were starting to build again, but I hadn't heard anything.
The Pittsburgh chapter is trying to restart. Steffi is gonna be helping me. And, also we have members in the field.
You need to email, wait, I'm sorry, we have to add that motion.
Yeah, email Lori by,
I need to know, and this is, wait a minute,
It needs to be the March 16th.
it's only by the 30th.
all right, so there's a motion to send up to 2 members for this e-board and workshop, seconded by Steffi. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. No, well, we need to, we're gonna have, no, we're gonna have actually, the local union elections is gonna be held in April, so we are looking for volunteers for the Tellers Committee. So if you're interested in participating in that, email Lori by March 13th. So we can get that process rolling, because actually the nominations, I mean, they're gonna be taken from the floor for the next meeting, but that's gonna all be taken care of in March.
I thought we already had tellers from the last couple things that we've done, or do you have to change them every time, or?
I think
You put it out there.
Usually
Yeah.
put this out there and try to reconvene a group
Okay.
that roughly consists of the same folks.
We prefer the same one.
Fair enough.
We usually don't have enough teachers, is why we do.
I know, we had, what,
It's so
we had
much
5 or
fun.
6 last time.
And I think RJ
Oh,
is
it's
gonna
been
volunteer.
different, right, they have been different than the last 2 years.
Yeah. It's tons of fun.
You get to walk to the post office.
It is.
All right,
We have fun with it.
any, good and welfare? RJ,
Just one quick thing. You will find, because of the International's new spam filter, is anybody in here from IT? No? So I don't know exactly how this works, but the emails that I send about meetings and such are going into the spam filter.
yes, they were.
So I don't know if there's a way that you can set it up so that you can, in the future, accept those messages. But Patrick is aware of the problem and is working on a way to solve the problem. But look in your spam filter, because you might find a lot of 3657 messages in there. And hopefully, by the next month's meeting, that will no longer be the case.
I mean, it's a pretty decent, now the new thing to me, if you can see who it's from, you can choose for you.
Yeah. Now, do you know if there's a way to say, okay, in the future, I want to accept these messages?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there
Release
should
that,
be,
yeah.
but-
You should be able to, it's not junk.
Yeah.
I don't think that it has that on this new thing. It used to have that, but it
It
doesn't.
doesn't.
Yeah, so I think, I thought you were talking about on a level like, level.
If you log into the spam filter and you right click on the message, it gives you an option to whitelist the sender.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay, good, thank you.
Thank you.
So, that's it.
Okay, thanks, RJ. Okay, I just have something I want to say. As you know, lunch was available at the meeting today. That was compliments of Blanca. So thank you, Blanca. for doing that. There's a reason that she did that.
I'm retiring.
Blanca let us know at the e-board meeting that she's gonna be retiring. She's only gonna be with us, I guess, a couple more weeks. When's your last day?
March 12th.
March the 12th. And I just personally, want to thank Blanca. I mean, she's been active in our local for a long time. She's a great advocate. She, you know, she's done it all. I mean, whether it be for our local, our members in her district, or Los Maneros, I mean, Blanca has really been a strong advocate. She's a great person, and I just want to recognize her. And is there anything you want to say?
No, it's been a pleasure, you know, working with the membership. I think I really, really love. I come from a family that is very community minded. My parents were, and I think it's kind of like you get beat up all the time. You know, everybody in the room knows. And I've had some medical issues in the past, and I really have not fully recovered. So, when we were in negotiations, you know how we were supposed to inundate, call Janice with our request of our numbers, what we did when we retired. Although I only have 12 years, I'm not getting much, but, I think I finally found out that I'm just as important, so, and you're my family, so it's kind of hard. It was easier than I thought, but I think it's just, my well-being that made it easier. So,
Thanks, Wanda.
Yeah, I'd just like to say something. I know
Andy.
Bianca, I think one of the first times I remember with the 2008.
It's Blanca.
I'm sorry.
Excuse
me. No, I just remember her at the G20 march when we marched through that.
We got pepper spray together.
Yeah, it was really interesting. But, yeah, she's probably one of our most active members in a long time. So I appreciate all you did for people in your area and for our local.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. Any other good welfare? All right, then motion to pay bills. Josh, second. Brittany? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to adjourn. Susan, RJ. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
No opposed. Meeting adjourned.
Brittany, I